Every time my parents would argue, my mother always says, "Sinubra kabataan mo sa abilidad pa'y kinulang sa papel para itaya sa abilidad da." Which is a fact, for I am one of those children that was blessed with a diverse mind and creative touch, which was then honed by age as I grew as a person, but unfortunately was limited and immobilized due to the drawbacks of my life's resources and status in the society. And I deserve to be the holder of such grant, for I have a dream for myself, my mother, my father, and for my siblings, that they deserve better. We deserve better. Things might be rough along the way to turn that notion into reality, but I say, it doesn't matter, for I know such reality exists. I mean, kinanglan ko pa mag-agi sa lao antes malabot ang highway. But the idea itself na nag-exist ang highway only states that it's possible and there is hope for that dream to become reality. Every day, as the clock ticks, the Earth's axis rotates. Being 1 in 8 billion of inhabitants on this Earth, I have lived for 18 years. The time we sent our father to jail lives rent-free in my mind. The moment I saw fear flash from my brother's eyes was enough torment to last a strange feeling in my stomach for a lifetime. But what killed me the most was hunger, the kind of disease that exists in every corner of the world but has no cure, for poverty was as constant as our breathing. I remember that day. The color of my mother's shirt was blue. Her face was pale as a crying sky, and I was laying on a pillow. The pillowcase was pink. Our house, if you could call it a house, barely holding as the universe roars. At a sequence of seconds, I stared at the hole in our ceiling and dreamt of food. I could not recall where my siblings were. I think I was going insane to the point that gindamgo ko dala ang sabor ka adobo sa balay namon nga daw hawla mismo kamanok. Every night, as everyone fell asleep, ay giinungudanay na kami. Ang libayon ko, which is newborn pa lang, then nanay ko, tatay ko, kadua ko ang libayon, and then ako. Tas tururo luha, mukha pangade. I said, "Lord, please give us a house. It doesn't matter if the size was still isa ka do pahalin sa pertahan, pasulod pagwa, basta may CR, kag suga, kag waay nagaturo ang dingding." As a child, I never had the luxury to dream of toys, clothes, my favorite cartoon character, ano gusto kong maghanggod. For all I ever wanted was to have a house. Bisan sa CR pa ko motor, bisan katindog pa. As long as amon ang balay ngaran. It pains me na pahalin-halin kami sa lugar nga mismo, nagapalin ka namon, hindi man anda lupa. I remember kay ang balay namon, kang tiyanggi isa lang. Nga, ang manog bakal pa mismo, mabugtaw kanimo kay example ako mabakal and then ka mabakal ka and then karan boom dyan sa nasa idalom, so like kung magbaligya ka o kinanglan mong gitanabuksan tanan-tanan, so why ka ti choice kundi magbangon dalang to the point nga duhawidan mo pa inog higko mo kay nahuya ka manghiram sa CR, nahuya ka maghiram CR sa piyak balay. Yes, why man kami ti CR. But now, looking back at my younger self, I want to hug her and tell her that better days are about to come. You just had to have faith in God. Naging taon na ran kanimo. Ang challenge na ran, for He knew na kaya mo and it'll make you even more stronger in the long run. My father who is a drunkard, my father who is on and off from unemployment, my father who makes my mother cry, my father who hits my brother, the person who was supposed to be my role model, but the sole reason why I swore off most things in my life. And still, I am grateful for the misfortune my father brought home, for that is where my main source of inspiration always came from. To always be on guard and intact, for you don't know what the new day might bring, but you must be ready in case of what might happen. To know that no one would ever save me unless I save myself. To never ever settle for the bare minimum, for abundance exists. To prove them all wrong, that although ginsalod ka pamilya ko tanan-tanan kadimalas, I myself will find a way to bring home success. And with that, I thank my father for showing us this comfort, yet still I will work towards comfort, for I owe that to myself, and I know she deserves better. My mother and my two brothers. My mother is the strongest, most intelligent woman I know, and since infancy, the weight of the world has always been hers to carry. At the age of 20, my mother had me. Despite having dreams of a better life, some things went downside. But still, my mother graduated under the course of something that wasn't even her choice in the first place, given by financial instability. And now, I will be the one to keep that dream running. For the life my mother's sacrifice will not go down the drain. I will be the one to make that dream come true. My mother wanted to have a big pavilion with intertwined with a series of flowers. I will make that pavilion. I will design that pavilion. My mother wanted to travel. As soon as I have my first paycheck, we're out of here. My mother wanted the garden. I will buy the earth if I could. I'll bring the happiness my mother deserves for all that she's been through, for not only being our mother, but also our father at the same time. I owe that to my mother and to her younger self. My vision is narrow, and in our language we call it batulan, but I will never ever stop until I give my family the life that they deserve. If you ask my brother, he would say, OA, as in overreacting. But that's just me being realistic about my boundaries, and expressing them at the same time. Of course, na big deal ko tanan-tanan, for I owe that to my younger self, and I won't be silenced anymore. And if you ask my two close friends, they'll probably say unbothered, for you do not exist up here if you don't add value in my life. And if you ask my relatives, they'll probably say I'm introvert, that I don't know how to socialize. Honestly, I just have my own schedule, and of course, I will be missing your wedding if it's dated during my preparation for my exam. And lastly, if you ask most people who knew me, they'll probably say, her walls were too high, her standards were unrealistic, she's selfish. She's selfish. Of course I am, for I know my worth, and I know what I want, and I know my people. I protect my peace, for I'm comfortable and capable all by myself. So yes, of course, you have to walk on a thin ice in order to reach my circle, but that, I tell you, is worth it. For if I succeed, so does my people. First, independent, since I have been going back and forth from relatives to another for the sake of higher education since adolescence, and being the oldest daughter and the breadwinner, the list goes on. Second is grounded, for the values of my mother taught me, and my own identity are immovable by society's words nor trend, for I am intact, and such opinions does not communicate to me unless I could read it myself. And third adjective, I am proactive. Coming from past experiences being in the front when it comes to school and life, I have always plans going from A to Z. And fourth, flexible, for I am able to adapt easily when things change or don't go as planned. I stay open minded and always willing to adjust my ideas or actions when faced with new situations or challenges or advice from my own people. And lastly, dynamic, since my mind is like an infinity, always buzzing with diverse ideas and creative thoughts. I enjoy exploring different perspectives and thinking outside the box, coming up with unique solutions, and I'm also curious and open to new experiences, which helps me adapt quickly and stay inspired. And that's it. I am Krystal Florida Sonza, daughter of Kenneth Barcimo Sonza and Julie Octavio Florida, eldest sister of Kenneth F. Sonza Jr. and Kurt Kevin F. Sonza, and I'm an upcoming first year architecture student at the University of San Agustin. Thank you for watching. Bye!